folks, welcome back to the channel. What I'm going to try and do today, I've got this huge lump, well huge, it's 10 inches by, should have looked at this earlier, shouldn't I really? It's about 10 by 5.5, and I'm going to mount her on the lathe that way round and try and do some sort of live edge bowl. It's a bit gnarly and it's a bit bitty, so gonna have lots of bits flying off it, I'm sure, but we'll mount it up and see what we can do. Okay, it's mounted up twixt centres, probably a bit much for centres really, but we'll give it a go, see what happens. I'll start on this side, get a bit of shape in, and put a I don't know, actually try and maybe get a tenon on there. So let's get it shaped up a little bit first. I can only spin it at about 300, 350 maybe, so it's going to be slow going for a while. Let's give it a go, see what happens. Ooh, let there be light. Maybe I should have turned it into a goblet or a vase. Yeah, never mind. Still alive, so it can't be bad. Yeah, big flat area there, and then a little flat area there, so it's obviously not very central at all. I shall keep on going until we've got rid of all of the flat areas. I managed to get up to about 500 RPM, which is not a bad thing. Less battering on the hands. Right, see what goes on. Anyway, there's no need to take you lot on this arduous and quite frankly treacherous journey, so I'm going to switch off for a while until I get some shape and balance to the piece, and then we'll go from there. See you in a minute. Right, we're still in its roughing out stages, but I've got rid of the flat spots, which has helped the balance, not from a weight point of view but from a size point of view. Now I'm going to work down on the back end, on the bottom here, because obviously there's a big chunk missing just here, and I need to get a tenon on there, so I'm going to hack away at that for a while, see what we can do there. Go a little bit more, but pretty much I've got a good grab there, I think. Right, now I'm going to bring this in a little bit more to About there, I think. Somewhere there. Let's give it a quick scrape, I suppose. Right, I'm going to leave it at that for a minute. Right, well, we're sanded down to 320. At that point going finer than that, given the moisture content of the wood. So I'm now going to put some sanding sealer on it. That's not looking too bad at the moment. Can't see any sanding marks, can't see any tool marks. Always a bonus. Obviously got to flip it round to hollow it out, but what I'll do is I'll take it off the lathe, cut off this stub here to leave my tenon, and I'll put the centre finder across the tenon, mark it, and push an awl into it, so when I come to take the tenon off I've got a centre mark, so it probably won't be 100% accurate because the bowl is going to dry and move, especially when it gets down a little bit thinner on the inside, but at least it gives me a starting point when I take the tenon off. It's designed as a decorative piece, so it won't be used for food, so I don't really need to use food safe finishes. And obviously if anybody decides to buy it, then I shall let them know that it's not actually food safe. Right, first coat's gone off. I'm just going to denib it with a bit of 320, which is the last grit I used. A bit of polystyrene type packing from something. Quite handy when you're doing shapes with a lot of bumps in them to make your fingers so much. Right, it's had 4 coats of sanding sealer, so what I'm going to do now is give it a quick rub with some 400 grit and put a coat of polish on it, I think. Right, I'm going to give it a coat of microcrystalline wax. that for a couple of minutes to go off, and we'll see what it looks like. Right, just leave that a couple of minutes to go off and give it a buff up. Alright, well, it's had about 10 minutes to dry, so we'll give it a quick whiz around and see what it comes up like. That's not too bad, not too bad at all. Right, well the next step will be to chop off that stub, shove it in the chuck, remount it and start hollowing out. Okay, well it's flipped round, mounted in the chuck. I'll keep the tail stock in place for a while, and I'll get rid of some of the bulk. Let's see what we can do, I suppose. Fingernail on it, that's any better. It's really at the moment trying to define where the rim's going to finish. I'll probably come down a little bit more. Don't be too thin because it'll it's going to twist and crack, but less is more sometimes. Right. Because of the angle I need to attack that at now, I really need to either move this or use a different tool. So I'm going to go for my hollowing tool. See how that performs. Right, well I'm not going to go too much thinner than that. See if we can clean it up a bit. Oh dear. Got to work this lot away now. More down to a catch than a cutter, but still catch in a good way. Get a quick sharp up of the old chisel and go on this. Right, there we are, down to sanding now. I'm going to break off any little bits that don't want to stick. I'll get a wire brush on them. And I shall probably, that's where that catch was there, so do a little bit of work there. I'll give it a quick hard brush, and I think what I'll do is super glue that, and that way I'll soak all through and keep that in place nicely. Sanded down to 320. I'll give it a coat of sanding sealer, see if anything crops up, and I'm going to do a quick sand on the outside as well, because some of the super glue ran down there, not much but a little bit. Right, got some wood wax 22 on there. And a quick polish. Trying not to take my knuckles off. I think that'll do. Let's just take it off, see what it looks like. Yep, that's pretty good. Now all we've got to do is redo the outside. Not too bad actually. Right, I'm going to resand it with 24320 etc. A little bit of sanding sealer. I shall denib that with a bit of 600, coat the wood wax 22, and then we'll have a look at getting the old tendon off. All I've got to do is get rid of that. Right, I'm not brave enough to go any deeper than that. Okay, there we go. A natural edge with bark, cherry bowl. Bottom finished off now. Looks okay. Took a bit of battering doing it, but I think it was worthwhile. Lovely. Thanks very much for watching. See you again for the next one. Bye.